Bob Cashell was on the University of Nevada System Board of Regents from 1979 to 1982, served as the 28th Lieutenant Governor of Nevada from 1983 to 1987. He was elected mayor of Reno in 2002 and again in 2006 and 2010. He arrived in Reno over 40 years ago as a truck driver and has been married to Nancy Parker Cashell for over 40 years. Together, they have raised 4 children. With a little over a year left of his last term as mayor, we sat down to discuss the past and the future of Reno. So now you've been the mayor for just short of 11 years.
That's right.
Can you give us some of the highlights over the years of the things that you and your team have accomplished?
And it is a team effort. There's no I and we. And so the train change, bringing that in ahead of schedule. Now the previous council, before I got elected, they had fought all the wars and everything. And the mayor, Jeff Griffin, they did a wonderful job. Then it was dropped in our lap that we had to make it happen. And we did make it happen. We brought it in ahead of schedule, under budget. The homeless shelter, we were able to get a lot of the private foundations to fund the homeless shelter. Bill Raggio, Senator Raggio, helped us with money out of the legislature to be able to do things. Then cleaning up Virginia Street, putting in new lights on 4th Street and Virginia Street, lightening it up, painting curbs, cleaning up. They've done a lot of good things.
I think that people really want to know what the plans for the future for downtown are. There's been a lot of improvements for sure with downtown, but you hear people say that we still have a ways to go. Are there plans for more?
Well, there are a lot of plans. There were plans at one time where we could get federal funding to change the faces and bring back the older community looks to the thing. And we really need to get all the property owners together and see, because it's real funny. John Q. Public thinks that we can make somebody do something with their own building. Well, that's a little tough to do.
Harder than it sounds?
Yeah, you can't do it at all. So we're hoping that we'll be able to get those, and during the next year and a half that I'm here, I would like to see some more cleanup. I'd like to see more businesses downtown, and Midtown's coming along. The company that bought the post office is going to do some neat things, and the arts and things along the Riverwalk, the museums and the art galleries and the restaurants. We've got great restaurants downtown, and people are coming back and using those. So I'm really excited about that.
Now, there's been a lot of controversy about the ballpark.
Oh, yeah.
You want to give us your take on that?
Well, yeah. Sure, we guaranteed $1 million. They came in during the height of the boom. They spent $60, $70, $80 million building the stadium and doing everything they said. All of the land across the street at one time, they had options on it, but the world turned. The world came to an end. Those people have been very good. Now, during these first 6 years, I think it is, we owed them $750,000 a year, no matter what. So that's part of the $1 million. Then redevelopment agency brought in another $150,000 that they got. So what are we at, 9? So we had to add, those are things we had to pay.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So we bought 6 years, but added another $100,000 to it. So really, we're not, it's not what everybody jumps up that we're taking 100 out of the operations or anything. 750 of it's a contract.
Yeah.
And the other 150 is a contract. Then,
if you could go back to before the park was built and everything was put in place, would you change your decision on that?
No, I don't think I would have. I would have maybe asked for a couple of different things. Now that hindsight.
But overall, you think that it's good for the city?
I think it is excellent for the city. I think that the people are supporting it. They love it. I would hate to see it go away. We were under a gun, the legislature. We had a car rental tax that if we didn't use it by October 1, we lost that. And that was $28, $30 million. Then it could have gone to Las Vegas or any place else. And maybe we rushed some things, and hindsight, I bought a couple of businesses that I wished I hadn't bought after a while, you know what I mean?
I think everyone's done things like
That's
that.
right. So do you have seconds? Yeah, you have second thoughts about some things, but as far as it good for Reno, Nevada, and the northern part of this community, no, it's fantastic.
Now, you had the pleasure of being mayor through one of the worst recessions of all time, and what kind of extra pressure do you feel that that put on you and your position?
We just had to go back and look at some of the things we did, or we were doing. Did we stop them? Did we go forward? And some of those, you know, when you make a decision to go forward in some tough times, such as baseball, it's something you gotta guts up and do it.
During my time with the mayor, I learned that he has an incredible sense of humor. He is definitely a good sport, and he has a soft spot for charity. Now, I was told once, there's a rumor out there, that somebody paid $1,000 to get you up on stage with a ventriloquist. What happened that night?
Well, they did pay $1,000 to, it was a fundraiser for two young girls, young kids. And he wanted me to impersonate Cher. And so I don't know how the guy can sing like her and then like him too. But it was, there were probably about 1,500 people there, and they all got the biggest laugh of their life that night.
I'm sure they did, and everyone's going to get that tonight too, because we're going to definitely be showing
you're gonna
a
show
clip
that?
of that.
Oh,
I
that's
am going
great.
to show a clip of that.
Would you like to do your impression of Cher for everyone? I would love to. Okay. Wonderful. So since you're going to be doing your impression of Cher, Bob, would you like to dress up like her? I've always wanted to. Okay. Would you like me to put a dress on you? Oh, yeah. Okay. Would you like me to put a wig on you, Bob? That would be great. Okay. You're always around, so don't let them say your hair's too long. I don't care with you, I can't go wrong. Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill, no mountain we can't climb.
I mean, you gotta laugh at yourself. You gotta have fun.
You do.
You gotta, I mean, what makes me any different than the other guys? Nothing. And so you've gotta be,
My dad used to say, we all put our pants on the same way.
I heard that from my daddy, and I do one leg at a time.
After all these years of representing Reno, I was curious to know how Mayor Cashell really felt about moving on. Are you excited about moving forward to a new chapter of your life, or do you think that you're going to be sad to go?
Oh no, I'm not going to be happy to leave. Now my wife will. My wife will be glad to see me get out of here for a while, I think. But no, I've thoroughly enjoyed representing the city. It's been one of the greatest honors I've ever had, is to be able to be the mayor of the city of Reno, and I'm just hope I've contributed more than when I came.